after an incredible performance at the short circuit, we're at the Raceway for 30 laps, but qualifying is what we do first. This won't really matter because it's going to be a long race no matter what, but qualifying. But at the top of the pack at the short circuit, we've seen Raspberry Racers, Bumblebees, and Team Primary battle right at the top. But this time, Team Primary is second to dead last on this track. What can they do to regain their speed? This front stretch into this turn into the elevator is very hard to really get used to. So, unless if you're the Rangers, you're not going to get used to this at all. 2 marbles jump off the track. That is going to mean we're going to wait for these 2 marbles. These 2 marbles, we can look at them as we're approaching them. Look at the speeds they gain. They're faster than me on the thing. But anyways, we're in the standings and we're rolling for 30 laps. That last video was nearly 20 minutes long this time. I hope it's less. I hope it's more because it's pretty much bigger, longer track. The old Rangers on its home track tries to battle for the lead. Smoggy for the Hazers. Orangin right behind the Hazers. The Orangin has not done well on any circumstance on its home track, but they might change that this time around. We're heading to lap 2. Old Rangers are on the inside starting lap 2, but here comes the rest of the marbles. Oh, but a big hit let Team Momo and the Thunderbolts get up ahead of the Rangers. So has Team... But what a battle between them. That is a huge highlight. It's not losing speed. As we're approaching lap 3, the Rangers' speed is not slowing down at all. Look at the Hazers right behind the Mint team. Look at that. Approaching lap 3 now. The old Rangers has a tiny lead over Team Momo, but it could grow it because of its amazing stunts at this track. But Team Momo tries to chase old Rangers down and is actually gaining speed in the sand, but loses it at the end of the sand. Approaching lap 4. The old Rangers now is growing that lead to a huge bit, but enters the elevator pretty poorly compared to the Momo's easy elevator entrance, leading only to lap 5. Very close. Oh, a big bump by old Rangers. What can Momo do? They pass. Lap 5, old Rangers on its home track. What can they do? Shock on its home track got 6th. Let's see what the old Rangers can do on its home track. They're in second right now, but Cerulean from the Cobalt, who led 1 lap on its first time racing, because of Observer, Minty Mania, Cerulean was chosen for the Raceway. And Cerulean's doing amazing out there. Rangers drops down to 3rd. They can't leave the top 5 if they want to beat the Thunderbolts on its home track. Oh my goodness! That would have been red flagged immediately if that happened. What a terrifying. Old Rangers nearly falls off the track, but stays on it, and now they're battling with the Cobalts. But now they lose their speed. The Crazy Cat's Eyes are now battling with the Savage Speeders. Behind them is the Thunderbolts. Next lap, race. Team Momo has a huge lead. And here's the snowstorm from the Snowballs. Just loses it all. But they're trying to gain it right back. Losing it right there, though, is not great. Snowballs past the Cobalt, exiting the sand as we're heading lap 6 out of it. It's already 4 minutes of the video. We're only on lap 6. We're heading to lap 7 out of 30, but we're on lap 6. Snowstorm for the Snowballs, who got a very fast lap back. Oh my God! Snowballs did the exact same thing again. What is the Snowballs doing? We're on lap 7. Cobalts cannot beat the Snowballs, but now they do. We're approaching lap 8. And the Momo just increases that lead in the process. Cobalts are pretty big. Has to deal with the marble that's lapped. If the Snowballs won't do the same thing that time, knowing that it would be the end of the road if it does. Snowballs enters the sand pretty cleanly and chases down first place and tries to unlap himself. We're heading to lap 9. This straightaway could be everything for the Snowballs to unlap on lap 9. Entering the next lap. On lap 9. On lap 10 actually. Entering on lap 10. Oh, they both slow down. What can the Cobalts do? That slows down even more for the Cobalts. And the top two. Where's the Snowballs? Way far behind. And they lose speed there. But here comes the helpers, Minty Maniacs, and here comes Red-Eye coming out of nowhere. Red-Eye, who got second. Can they get a big haul of points again? What an amazing performance. On to lap 11. Crazy Cat's Eyes are now in third. Its home team is in second. Marbles, can the Snowstorm unlap himself? Currently, it looks like it's gaining more speed than losing it. And oh my god, that Snowstorm gained so much time in that sand section. What can they do off the sand? We're approaching lap 12. This insane lead could go down. Snowballs are chasing and unlapping Team Momo on lap 12. Here comes Nemo from Team Momo. And here comes Snowstorm for the Snowballs. Slows down to a crawl though. Here Red-Eye takes second, going into lap 13. It's just a home battle. It's the exact race of season 2, but plus Red-Eye. But plus Snowstorm is in lapped. We're on lap 13. Snowstorm could have passed Nemo and does, but loses it right back, but then gains it right back. Red-Eye could on lap 13 passes. We're on lap 13 now. Nemo tries to pass on the outside. Red-Eye blocks and keeps blocking, but slows down there. To crawl is Red-Eye. And Nemo tries to pass on the exit of the sand, and does. As we're approaching lap 14, Cerulean enters this. Lap 14 is right here. Red-Eye takes it. Nemo's right there as well. We're on lap 14 now. We're almost halfway done with this race. The Crazy Cat's Eyes would need a good performance after Red-Eye's poor performance at the short circuit. What can they do with Red-Eye? Here comes Cerulean, taking first place out of nowhere. A slowdown by the Crazy Cat's Eyes let the O-Rangers pass on to the halfway point of this track, lap 15. Cerulean, 15 out of 30, are in the lead. On lap 15 now. On lap 15. Oh, what an amazing pass by Red-Eye to retake it going in on lap 15. What can Red-Eye do? Origin also gains lots of speed. Red-Eye slows down at the split. What can the Minty Maniacs do to catch up to the Red-Eye? Red-Eye gains so much speed out of the turn though, going into lap 17, but we're still on lap 16, but we're still on lap 15. We're on lap 16 now. The Cobalts has a lead. Look at Origin battling with them. Snowballs are increasing its power to not get lapped. On lap 16, Cerulean gets slows down. What can Origin do? Same thing. Red-Eye is in fourth. They slow down as well. The top 4 all slows down. What can Team Primary do? They slow down a little bit, but not for long for the Bumblebees, which tries to pass the Team Galactic as we're approaching lap 18. Cobalt has the lead. Red-Eye in lap 4. In fourth place, I meant. Not looking that great for the Crazy Cat's Eyes on lap 18. It's all about luck now. The Crazy Cat's Eyes are trying to get gold on this track. I know it doesn't count. Oh, what a big hit there. could have been disastrous for Red Eye. On lap 18, we're approaching lap 19. Cerulean for the Cobalts has a huge lead, has a narrow lead over the home team, the O-Rangers. What can the O-Rangers do on lap 19? Look at this close battle. Cobalts are now challenging the Thunderbolts, and they pass them on lap 19. Thunderbolts tries to regain it right back, and does on lap 19. We're approaching the final two. We're approaching the 2/3 mark. Red Eye's nowhere near the top 3 over a old raceway straightaway. We're on lap 20 now, and the Cobalts does not pass the Thunderbolts, and Bolts stays not that far behind. We're on lap 20, by the way. O-Rangers, right there on the outside, they pass. What can they do to pass Bolts? They're approaching lap 21. Red Eye loses some steam and losing it to Team Primary, which has Prim on lap 20. We're approaching lap 21. Origin tries to hang on to the lead and also lapping Thunderbolts. It's an insane. Thunderbolts tries to unlap himself on lap 21, but does not do it. Lap 21. It's so close right now. The Thunderbolts go smoothly, and they do not lose any speed on lap 21. Here comes Team Primary, right on the inside. They pass Red Eye. Red Eye still in the top 5, and they're way in front of the Minty Maniacs in 22. Or on lap 22 now. O-Rangers battling with the Raspberry Racers and laps them. O-Rangers on lap 22 is destroying this race, and they're trying to lap the Balls of Chaos and the Jungle Jumpers. And they nearly lap the Balls of Chaos. They're drafting. What can the O-Rangers do? Not enough. But they do well at the outside, and they take it. Lap 23 and going into lap 23 is the O-Rangers in the lead by a huge margin. O-Rangers also passed the Jungle Jumpers, and the Snowballs are back to nearly being lapped after like 10 laps of not having a threat of that. O-Rangers are nearly getting up to them. Lap 23. And we're approaching lap 24. O-Rangers pass the Snowballs. An incredible performance by the O-Rangers on lap 24. We're approaching lap 25. We're on lap 25. O-Rangers are lapped so many marbles on this track. What can they do again to lap even more marbles on lap 25? What an insane pass! And they're right onto them. What can the O-Rangers do? They nearly passed the Limers on lap 25. It's so close. The O-Rangers has a huge lead now over second place Momo. And third place Primary. Cobalt drops down to 5th as we're approaching lap 26 with the O-Rangers. A huge lead is developed by the O-Rangers on its home track, the O Raceway. Lap 26, by the way. They're trying to keep that big gap going, but that slowdown with the Hazers and the Green Ducks, and another slowdown between the Savage Speeders, leading Momo edgely closer. Lap 26, Team Primary also challenges them. Lap 27 is here now, and a huge lead goes to the O-Rangers, who is currently in front of many marbles and past the Limers on lap 27, and also tries to pass the Savage Speeders and does. O-Rangers is not making it, but undoes those moves on that one turn on lap 27. But they pass the Savage Speeders and they pass the Limers. What can they do on lap 28? Going into lap 28, their next opponent is Team Galactic. We're on lap 28 now. O-Rangers having a huge lead out there. What can the O-Rangers do to win this race on lap 28? It's so close, yet so far for the O-Rangers on lap 28. They pass. They're trying to pass the Hazers. They slow down, and that lets the Snowballs repass them on lap 28. They're approaching lap 29. O-Rangers struggles a lot on lap 20, going into lap 29. On lap 29, all Rangers already on lap 30, battling with the lead, and they're closing up right on the tail of these marbles, and they're challenging them, and they pass the Hazers and Team Galactic for a brief bit, and they do pass them on the outside, but here comes Team Galactic. Oh, Rangers with a dominant performance on lap 30 takes the win. No one's even close. Team Primary, second place. Team Momo in third. Crazy Cat's Eye's got a decent fourth. And Team Cobalt's got fifth. When I just said that, the Rangers are already out the sand. Wow, what a performance by the Rangers. This race was chaotic, 100% chaotic. How did the Rangers keep this lead too big? I have no idea. But all I know is that the Rangers won this race on its home track. So the Rangers are the winner. Anyways, that'll be it for the video. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.